Hi everyone, it's Mindy here for another cooking demonstration slash salad prep. Just kind of showing you what all I'm throwing in my salad now that I'm doing a raw cleanse. I just started it. Today's the first full day that I'm going to be doing. Yesterday I did about 50% raw, so today is 100% raw. Started the day off with a green smoothie, and today we're going to have a very nutrient-dense salad. And salads can get kind of boring, so I like to throw all kinds of different things in them, and today I'm really going to go all out and put some fun stuff in there, and even including a banana pepper, which I did have in my salad yesterday, and it was way too spicy, so I think I'm only going to use a sliver this time. So I'm going to start prepping it. I pulled out 2 pieces of romaine lettuce, and also a little, well, I guess it's a fairly large piece of, I think it's not the dinosaur kale, it's the other kind. There's different varieties of kale. They even have ornamental kale, and we have some out front of our house. So edible landscapes are something that I definitely support, and it's the more, I don't know, useful the fruits and vegetables that come off of the plants, the better. I think it looks just that much more pretty because, you know, it's like, hey, you can use that instead of, hey, that's just pretty. And whenever I cut up my kale, I like to pull this stem out here in the middle, so I just cut along the sides. I apologize if my daughter comes in. I've been staying at home with her. She's going to preschool less and spending more time here with me, which is awesome. She's learning all kinds of new things, but she is a puzzle enthusiast, so she's deep into puzzle putting together and eating some blueberries. So hopefully she's preoccupied for the duration of this video, and if not, you know, it'll be alright. I can maybe edit it out, but probably not. So I'm just cutting up the kale. The leafy greens are a big part of cleansing. I like to eat a lot of leafy greens while I'm doing most of my daily exercises and things like that. So having a green smoothie or something with extra kale in it while you're exercising, and then also while you're cleansing, it has an abundant amount of benefits. And then I've got these little red bell peppers. I just cut the tops of them off and then slice them in half and in half again. Nothing too fancy. My knives are these are actually steak knives, so I just cut all my stuff up with that because it seems like it works better, and I don't have a lot of money to spend on fancy cookware yet. I will eventually, hopefully, and be more professional with my videos, but not until then. I've got my steak knife, and I also like to add apples to my salad, and I forgot to pull the beet out of the refrigerator, but beets are something that go really well with apples and salads, especially whenever you've got some spicy, and then you get your sweet apple and then your sweet beet. It's a pretty mix of nutrient-dense foods that taste awesome, so that's the best you can get. I mean, in my opinion, it's the best you can get because, I mean, everyone likes food that looks like it tastes good, and then once you actually try it and it does taste good, it's like, oh man, I'm kind of addicted to that. So we've got peppers and then apples. Some people may not like this variation of what I'm putting together, but I tend to just want to eat a lot of food, so I drink a big cup of water before I eat my salads, and then I prepare a large salad for myself also. And if you don't use all of your produce and stuff, it's awesome to store in, you know, a little container, or if you've got a 3-year-old who likes apples, she will have one of these. You want an apple? No? Okay. Here, how about you take the rest of the blueberries in there? Alright. So, I'm just going to use a tiny piece of this pepper, because, like I said, it's super hot. And anything that it touches, it makes really spicy. And typically banana peppers aren't that spicy, at least in my experience. But, just 2 little slivers of it, and it's almost like part of the dressing. I just touch it all over and then sit them on the side. I don't even eat them. I don't eat those, but really just for the flavor. And then whenever we're done with all of our foods that we have, a lot of people do different things, but we take this butter tub and fill it up with all of our scraps, and we either put it in our compost. You see the kale thing sticking out. It's the kale spines from our juice this morning, and then our juice pulp. So we take these and we either compost them or we take them out to and feed them to the chickens, because we get fresh eggs from my parents' house. So that's just a fun little tidbit of information on what you can do with your scraps. I've got some sunflower seeds here, unsalted, but they are roasted. They're not completely raw, but for what I have in my pantry and what I'm going to be eating today. It'll be alright, because I love seeds and nuts. Okay, so just a handful of sunflower seeds, and then these are bean sprouts. My favorite. I love sprouts. They provide an array of nutrients, but they also taste really awesome. These are great on sandwiches too if you're not doing raw salads. I typically use a bunch of them because whenever we have sprouts, they always go bad before we can use them all. So I try to use a whole bunch each time and use them up before they go bad. So that's just my experience with sprouts. Put them back together. And then we also have some dulse flakes, and these are sea vegetables, and I don't use a whole bunch, just a little pinch of them, and put it on top. It adds a nice earthy flavor, and then it also has a lot of nutrients in it. So that's the point of eating the salad, is getting as many nutrients as possible, and then having different flavors that go together. And then I've got an old coconut oil jar full of chia seeds. I just went to the store and filled it up. Or got some chia seeds and filled it up. Easy way to store them and distribute them onto the salads. And I just fill maybe like half of this, maybe quarter of the way up. Dump some chia seeds on top of my salad. And then for the interesting part, which is when I'm really switching it up, and I've just recently started doing this, is I've made my kombucha. If you haven't watched my video on how to make kombucha, I do have a video. I think it's just Health Coach Mendy Makes Kombucha, something real simple like that. It's on my YouTube channel. And so this is kombucha. It's a fermented tea, but it tastes a lot like apple cider vinegar, which is really great to use whenever you're making any type of salad dressing. You kind of have a vinegar base and then some type of oil. So I've got kombucha, which is like the vinegary side of it, and then I've got the olive oil. You could also use sesame oil or different, there's a whole array of different oils that you can use for salad dressings, but these are what I have right now, so that's what I'm going to be using. And I'm just going to put my thumb over top of this and just drizzle a little bit of the kombucha over top of it. That may have been a little too much. It'll be alright. I really like kombucha a lot. But I'm going to be drinking it with my lunch also, so hopefully that goes well together. So just a little bit of kombucha, which is vinegary, and then some olive oil, which is obviously going to help us absorb some of the nutrients of the food that we're eating. Typically when you're eating a lot of leafy green vegetables, it's good to have some coconut oil or olive oil in your smoothie or on your salad, because whenever your body is digesting any type of fibrous plant product, the oils help with absorption of the nutrients. So fun fact. And then on top of that, I'm going to add a little bit of, well, it's an old salt container, but it's filled with garlic and herbs I got from the market. So reusing containers is something I do a lot. And if you ever see me pouring something, it looks like salt, but or Himalayan pink salt. That's not really what it is. It's actually just a little bit of garlic herb seasoning, and it's really good on salads and with sprouts and kale and greens, and it goes really good with the kombucha. I had this yesterday, like I said, so I figured I'd make a video of me making it again, and I'm gonna go enjoy my salad. It's really delicious. It's a huge salad, but I do tend to eat a lot of food because, I started waking up early to go exercise, and I run around all day taking care of a 3-year-old, so I feel like I'm entitled to stuff myself with healthy foods, and it's not about starving yourself, it's just about putting more nutrient-dense foods into your body. So if you have any questions for me, I'm Mendy. I have my own Facebook page, Ask Health Coach Mendy, or you can reach me on my email, which is Mendy, mendy1011 @gmail.com. And like I said, I do cleanses and workshops, and if you're in the Kansas City area and you're interested in any of that, you can check out my Facebook page, like I said, Ask Health Coach Mendy, or you can check out my website, which is www.balancedmindandbody.biz, and I post all my events and upcoming workshops on there. But until then, thank you for taking some time with me to watch me make my salad, and I wish you the best day ever. Thank you, guys.